Hey guys, wanted to do just a short video today on a couple of axes or hatchets on BC, the BC USA forum. I was fortunate enough to get in on a pass around for the Gransfors Bruks mini hatchet, and doing a review on it, and started on a little spoon blank here today, and just wanted to shoot a little short video as part of my review on the little Gransfors mini hatchet. Went in the house, and I'm just in my backyard here, by the way, so if there's any kids hollering or road noise, you'll know why. This is my Gransfors Bruks small forest axe, and I've had this maybe for 6 months now, and I got it for just basically an all-round bushcrafting axe, something small enough to easily strap to my pack, but yet something big enough that I could split kindling with, and basically whatever I needed to do. It's the small forest axe, and I'm not reviewing it, by the way. To me, it's not excellent at any one thing, but it's a real good general purpose bushcrafting axe. Probably, in my opinion, but you can take that for what it's worth, in my opinion, probably the best all-around bushcraft axe when you consider the ease of carrying it as far as the size and weight of it. Include that in on consideration as well. But I do some carving, and this is what I've been using for my carving, and I think the weight of the head of it, I think, is a pound and a half, I believe. And there's times when actually I wish it was a little bit heavier for carving purposes. The handle on it for carving is a little bit long, as you can see it. You know, when you're choked up on it, depending on how you're using it, you know, the length of the handle can kind of get in the way some. But and I should have checked the specs on the mini before I started the video, but forgot. But you can see the size comparison between the two of them. And when I signed up to be part of the pass around, which another member of the forum bought the little mini hatchet, and let I think like 10 or 12 people in on the pass around. It goes to each person for like a week to 2 weeks. They try it out, do a review on it, give their opinion on it, and then that person sends it to the next person until it gets through all those 10 or 12 people. But for me, the mini hatchet, seeing a video like this, or seeing photos online of something, it's just hard for me to judge size. You know, photos can be very deceiving. And when I got this in the mail a few days ago, I was just shocked at the very small size of this. I mean, let's see how I'll do this and get it on video. Hopefully that's close enough that you can see. I mean, it's not much bigger than your hand. So it's an extremely small hatchet. My honest opinion, to me, it's more of a novelty item than a useful hatchet. Again, that's just my opinion. If you disagree with that, that's wonderful. If you've got one of them and you like it, I'm happy for you. But to me, the biggest problem with it is the weight. My interest in it was for carving, something smaller, shorter handle, easier to use to carve with. But to me, it's just not heavy enough and doesn't have a wide enough edge to be able to be effective for a carver. And try to get a little bit closer with this. Get a close up, and I don't have a flip screen, so I can't really tell whether I'm in frame or not, but hopefully you can see the difference in the head there between the small 4 stacks and the mini. And it's just extremely small. And I mean, it's a Gransfors, so it's great quality. The quality is definitely there. But for me, what I'm looking for in one, and the way I use one, and the way I use one may be completely wrong, I don't know. But for the way that I use one, it just, I'm glad I got to be part of the pass around, because that way I wouldn't spend money on something that's not going to be effective for me. But I started this spoon blank here, and I'll do a little bit of work with the hatchet on this spoon blank. This is some maple from a tree we cut recently. But my spoon blanks, I like to leave plenty of extra length when I'm first roughing it out, and just do a rough sketch of the spoon on there. But I like to leave plenty of extra length so I can keep my hands away from where I'm chopping, at least until I get it roughed out. But let me zoom the camera in here, and I'll do a little bit of work with the little hatchet, and let you see it in action. Again, going back to the weight of the little hatchet, I've tried splitting some, I didn't get this on video, but I've tried splitting some kindling with it, getting down to, you know, some small thumb size tender kindling, and to me there's just not enough weight to it or length to the handle. You know, the longer the handle, the more leverage you've got, and to me there's just not enough hatchet there. But see if I can do this and hopefully still be in frame. It just to get much of a chop with it, you just have to put too much of a swing into it. For my personal likes, like I say, even with the 1.5 pound head of the small 4 stacks, and I apologize for not getting the specs on this. I don't remember the weight, but it's not much. But even with it, at times I've wished I had something a little bit heavier than it, but with a shorter handle. To me, the way that I carve, it just makes the work a little easier to have that weight. Seems more controlled to me if you're not having to swing as hard. I like something that I can even choke up on some, and that even with light chops, you get more work done. Just as hard as you have to swing this one to be able to remove any decent sized chunks of wood with it, for me, it's just not as safe as a heavier hatchet would be. Hopefully this is in frame. One of these days I'm going to get me a camera with a reverse screen or flip screen, whatever you call it, where I can see what's going on while I'm recording. straighten that out and get my crank established in there. Just like when I start getting up closer to my hand, having to swing that hard, take that much of a swing, to me is just not as safe as a heavier one would be. My wife loves the little hatchet, but she doesn't use the hatchet. She just thinks it looks cute, and it is a neat little hatchet. But in my opinion, again, there's just not enough hatchet there to be effective. You can see when I start using this small forest axe, you know, even with slower and strokes, you know, it just takes off so much more wood with more ease. I don't know if you can tell in the video or not, but I'm probably taking much smaller and slower swings, and that's because of the extra weight of this one keeps you from having to work as hard. And I should have sharpened this before I came out to start the video. I've been to the woods with it several times here lately and haven't sharpened it. This is maple, which usually isn't that bad to carve, but it's a little bit on the dry side right now, so it's been laying out for a while. And like I say, I prefer to choke up on the handle. To me, you seem to have more control. But with the little mini, I think the handle is something like 10 inches, maybe 9-10 inches, something like that. But with it, in order to get enough swing with it, momentum to get some work done, I found myself actually even placing my hand off the back of the handle. Will it work for stuff like this? Sure. Is it as safe as using one that's a little bit heavier? In my opinion, no. So, but, you know what they say about opinions. Everybody's got one, just like something else. So. There's the Gransfors Mini, and here's the small forest axe. And there's a little beginnings of a spoon blank. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or comments, please post those. And, if you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up button, like. And if you hadn't already, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. Hopefully be doing some more review type videos as well as bushcraft videos. And just wanted to say thanks for watching.